Great clean sound on this bad boy. Let's try something a little dirtier. This is a modeling amp. It's a Fender Mustang GT 40 watt modeling amp. I don't know how it's going to come out on the phone, but it's not too loud. That's actually a little. Oh, that's not the right one. Let me try a different one. Oh, wrong button. Oh, here you go. Here's like a tube. So pretty crunchy. Let's see what else we got. So it's got a lot of crunch. It's got great sustain. Oh, I'll put it back on. Yeah, the sustain. So remember we talked about not building up too much paint, like paint on top of paint on top of paint on top of paint. That just eats up your sustain. We didn't do that. Remember, I painted this guitar. I hated it. I stripped it all down and I painted it again. And the reason I did that was so that I didn't give up this. And then check this out. Because it rings like a bell. Okay, I think you get the point. What did we do to this guitar? Man, what didn't we do to this guitar? We reshaped the headstock. We left these two holes where they were. We plugged holes here, we plugged more holes here. We spread the holes out. We put new veneer on top of there. We took out the crooked truss rod. We channeled out a nice chunk of the neck because it was flimsy. There were problems with where the fretboard was meeting the neck right at the headstock. It was starting to separate, and there was just a lot of flexibility right here. So we ran a laminating board, piece of hard oak. We ran that all the way through past the truss rod into the headstock. And what that did was that really stabilized the hell out of this neck. This neck is like super stiff. You know when you So when I do that on like my Epiphone, I can push a half a step down on that. I mean, it's a super thin neck, but I can really dive down when I do that. On this, I'm just not getting that much. That's because we stiffen the hell out of the neck. We put a new fretboard, but we did take the frets out so that we could put that inlay. And so that I could change that radius from a 12 to a 16. That came out beautiful. We leveled and crowned and dressed all the frets. Of course, when I got this, it had no hardware in it. Switchcraft three-way. Those are sea dunks. Those were actually new. I bought those maybe like a year. I think I bought them for a project over there. And before I put them in that project, I found some lace, not the Illumitones, one of the lace ones on sale. So I snagged those up, and then these guys have just been kind of sitting around waiting for a worthy guitar to put them in, and man, they just, man, they hum. Remember we talked about the bridge. Remember the bridge was off center on this, and this E string was running off the neck. Remember that? Now look at it. And that's because we took the whole bridge and we moved it over. We moved it over. Moved it that way because this string was coming down, like barely catching the neck over here. So we moved the neck. We moved the bridge that way, and then of course we had to move the tail that way too, because you don't want the, you don't want them coming across here and then making a left-hand turn. So we did that. We put all brand new electronics in there. It's all 500K Switchcraft. We got the stop tail with the micro and the I forget what brand that is. It might be a Godo. I'm not sure. It's either a Godo or a, I think it's a Godo. We had some other knobs that I was going to put on here. They're just the knurled metal black, but they looked a little dainty on here, so I took those off. I like these way better. We had to make covers for the cavities because the ones that were on there were like cream colored. You can paint them, but the paint scratches off of them too easily, so we just made some new ones. I had some black 3-ply laying around, so I used that. They came out nice. I do have this from another project, and I don't think I'm going to use it. I'll show you what it looks like with. It looks better on the camera than it looks in person, because this is charcoal and that's black, and in person it cuts the blue in half, and I don't like that. I don't think I like it. No, I don't like it. I'm gonna leave it off. Yeah, see, look, yeah, okay. We're not gonna use that. What else did we do? We did all the repairs. The veneer was all bubbled and peeling all along this edge. There were some dents and dings in it. We cut out the bad veneer. We patched it all up. We took it. It was covered in some kind of polyester, some Bondo type something. We sanded all that off. We got it all the way down to the veneer, to the bare wood, which like now it just feels like when you just hold it, it doesn't have like a, it doesn't feel like a towel. It felt like it had like a towel on it before. It had like almost a soft feel, which is why the veneer was having all the problems that it was having. Just get rid of that. Like, you're just better off with hard paint. It's way better to let this stuff cure, let it harden up. There are some paints that will never, ever, ever get hard enough for a guitar. I'll do a different video about that. The paint has to be so hard that when it comes off, it flakes. If it peels off like latex paint, it's not a good paint for a musical instrument. It has to be really hard. It has to dry like so that when if I had to take this off, it would come off in flakes. And it would you'd feel them like stabbing you. They'd be sharp flakes. We made the binding. custom binding. We made that because the customer had color preferences for the blue and the orange. So there they are. Also wanted some initialing done, something to personalize this, which is why I left the headstock completely blank. I got a feeling the customer is going to want to put something on there, something personalized. But that's why I just left that blank. Usually I sign it, I put my name on it, but this was this has sentimental value to the customer. So I didn't want to take, I only wanted to add to that value. I didn't want to throw my name in there, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, that has nothing to do with me. But now, you know, I'm sure he's going to be very happy with it, and I'm sure it's going to mean to him what he wants it to mean to him. So he's going to love it because you know I do. So if I love it, he's going to love it. I have forgotten to put strap buttons on it, and now that I'm thinking about it, I have silver and I have gold. I don't know if I have any black ones. I'm gonna have to dig. I'm not gonna put like crappy black ones on here just because they're black. It's gonna get something good on here. So there she is. Pretty sexy. I like it. I'm sure the customer's gonna like it. I hope you guys like it too. That's all I got for this one. Peace.